Yeah,
Yeah.
like a while back, I was a content creator, and um, I found it amazing how a lot of the content creators really want to know how they can help people, and most of them don't. That they just feel blind or lost and don't have the guidance in areas that they can support. Some of them started doing fundraisers and drives, like charity drives, doing donations and stuff, while they had uh, like the liaison of the organization or whoever was hosting it there as part of the panel. And they would just spend time engaging the community, like all the subscribers, the commenters, inviting them on, stuff like that, to answer any type of questions. Like there's what was but there was a bunch of really good, great ones, but having that in more of a sensical way where it was tying the community together, not one by one, but like daisy chaining those events between different content creators' channels and across the different platforms and everything would be freaking monumental, as well as actually productive in getting things done in our local communities. Like sharing the resources of communication, locating resources, stuff like that, tools, getting people onboarded, getting different types of teams set up. It's basically just the fundamentals of collaboration. Hey, I'm here. I want to help. Here's a way I can do it. Who can you hook me up with? It's essentially what it all comes down to. That's something that we've been working on. And when you got time, Mark, I'd love to talk more about it with you. Zeke's got some of the background on it too, for like different types of funding portals.
I'm down anytime. Just to tell Zeke to give me my number, give me a call, and let's explore. And yeah, I'm all in. That's what I do 24/7. The mission.
Researchers, like people that on the coding side, if you got anybody that is down for scraping and aggregation, like data APIs using Beautiful Soup or other stuff like that, to create consolidated database mapping, that would be immense. And then after that, taking that data and mapping it out in sensible ways to see what the current state of our world looks like, and then overlapping that with what our envisionments are, including like what you have consolidated, for example, with your project of the overall media branch or hub, the whole structure of what you've got consolidated down. And that would be great, identifying a whole bunch of monkey wrenches ahead of time, escalating the productivity and how quick things can scale. So like when people don't know where they can plug in, for example, we can point them to a commons map. Like, you are here.
Exactly.
Pick your choice. What's your skill and passion? What is your priority? What's your lens? What do you identify with? Like if you identify strongly with Barbara Marx's Wheel of Co-Creation, great. It's got lots of sectors of society. You can go through that portal. Or character traits, you can go through those portals. If you want to go through a different type of lens, you're all about science and history and stuff. If you're about indigenous peoples, whatever your tribal thinking or perspective is, if you go through like an elemental lens, how can you tap in?
Right.
When we can get those things correlated on a basic fundamental level that is unarguable, like, hey, chieftain of the Blackfoot tribe over there in Missoula, I saw that you've got Missoula on your map. What if you could talk to them and ask them about, hey, what's your cultural standards that you can sign off on and be publicly presented? For example, the way of the warrior. Each tribe has another version of it. They all basically share the same concepts, just in different words. Having that documented, then we're done. We don't have to argue with anybody. There's no ifs, ands, or buts or hesitation for people. If people want to go and meet or get introduced to them, they have at least a minimum starting point too for etiquette of protocol, how to introduce yourself without offending someone or unintentionally infringing on their space, which is taken the way you don't want.
Right.
I want to come to you as a friend. How can I do that? How can I honor you in your space? So wherever we may not agree or have a difference of perspective, we can, on the highest ground, explore that.
Right. I love that. Well, I'm down to work with you on some of the stuff you've been sharing, so that people have always a place to go where they are locally, right? That was part of the idea that I wanted to have in an app, like an Airbnb for conscious community, where they just like wherever they are locally, they know where there is something going on, and to have an itinerary of event schedule of all the people who in the conscious community who have something going on in their location, having it listed and everything that you've been sharing. I love that.
Badass, man. Thank you for being you. I think you're really going to love Catalyst Trove. Vincent is the original architect.
Okay.
He's absolutely badass.
Yeah.
And that is actually a project that he's working on. He's starting with a base of Airtable and turned it into an absolute beast, and still looking for everybody's input on how to amp it up even more. So
Nice.
indexes of like community events and intentional community stuff like that is one of his primary spearheads right now.
All right. I love that. Yep. Just let me know when you want to talk to this guy and show me that. Did I send you my number? I think, did I? Or you cannot seek.
I don't think so yet, but I know Zeke added you and some other people to the SoulSpark Telegram chat.
Right.
We're
cool.
over there, and you can poke around, look at the history and everything to get up to speed.
All right.
What we started in kind of it goes in a lot of different directions to build up a lot of different things, but a gamified onboarding for people's personal paths. I think you'll really love it.
That's awesome. That's definitely what is needed. Yeah.